possibly frustrate you guys tonight? And what are some of the keys to come out of here with a victory?
One thing the St. Joe team has always done well is transition in their zone and get that puck up ice, up the middle usually. And we need to be aware of that and watch that.
Welcome once again here on Regional Radio Sports for our coverage of the 2019 Michiana High School Hockey League Tournament Championship. I'm Paul Condry along with JP Jobert. Just underway from our broadcast location here. St. Joseph High School decked out in the, there's a shot and a score right from the get-go. Brady Wood with the backhander puts the biscuit in the basket, and just seconds into the hockey game, St. Joe with a goal.
Yeah, Brady Wood got open. Nick Christensen found him with a nice little pass right over the defenseman's stick, and Brady Wood, just like he did last night, makes it a 1-0 game as he goes from forehand to backhand and puts it past Nick Wilford.
Ran into some technical difficulties here from the outlet from our broadcast location. And once again, Lakeshore St. Joe.
Who is that? I need it. I've been here for 2 hours to have the spot.
With a I've lost my mic. Over here along the near side, Lakeshore St. Joe now on the breakout. Here comes St. Joe. Once again, in case you're just hopping along, we ran into some technical difficulties here. Lakeshore St. Joe 29-13-1. South Bend St. Joe 29-12-1 respectively. St. Joe decked out in the Columbia blue with the white numbers trimmed in black. Just an early goal by Brady Wood. He had one last night. Picks up another marker here today. Matter of fact, that top line last night scored all 4 goals versus Adams. And here's the puck centered it out in front, and now on the breakout, here come the Tribe. Brian Eckridge along the near side, tied up on the near board. And that puck skips out here to center ice and into the neutral zone and back into the St. Joe zone. St. Joe moving from right to left on your screen, in case you're just joining us. And now with the puck along the far side, now Matt File chips it back out, and now Lakeshore comes back on the attack. Nice job on the forecheck here for Adam Zurich. And that puck ricochets into the neutral zone and back into the Lakeshore St. Joe end where Jacob Schindeldecker was there. Now St. Joe through the middle of the ice. Here's Eckridge tracking down the errant puck, sends it up behind the St. Joe net. Goaltenders tonight, Dolan Gilbert and Nick Wilford, respectively. And the puck in goes in behind Dolan Gilbert. Little stick handling move. The puck ricochets over on the far board. And now in behind the net. There's a drive coming around to centered it out in front. Backhander on the way. Redirected on the offering by Owen Weber. And here's one deflected around, and a nice save by Dolan Gilbert, who's got that streak going after a shutout the last time around. Stick handling move on the far side. JP just in the early going, as here's an icing call. Both teams moving their feet a lot better than we saw the last time around.
Yeah, Lakeshore was kind of bottled up by Penn all night long, and St. Joe, this third line that's coming out right now with Kylie, Kerwin, and Yates, this was the forechecking line that Chris Cleva sent out to really give that Riley Jamison, Breiler, and Lerman line last night all kinds of fits. So it'll be interesting to see how this line reacts tonight against LSJ.
Here's the puck along the far board, and now over here into the near side. Puck ricochets over here. Damaski's there, and then sends it back into the low portion of the slot, but over on the far side. Robinson sends it in behind the net where it's tracked down here by Kuba Jaskowitz. And he chips it out here where Kolasar for Lakeshore St. Joe's at. Stick handle. Jaskowitz pushes Robinson off the puck, and this one's dumped into the far side where Keim is there. Lakeshore St. Joe on the attack. Kime, stick handles, uses the board with a nice pass to himself up here on the left wing, now to Ventura. Ventura being hounded by Jaskowitz here in the near corner. And asking for help. Digs the puck out. And finally here's St. Joe on the attack. Up the right side now, Connor Yates sends it into the corner. St. Joe will peel off for a line change. Here's the stretch pass here. Bell just got a blade on it and was able to prevent the icing. And now here's the puck on the right side into the corner where it's Michael Jaskowitz is there. And now St. Joe on the backhand pass sends it out to center ice. Puck played there by Matthew DeFay. And now along the near side, the St. Joe captain, John Harding, is there, and a whistle and an offside.
One too many moves by Christensen at the blue line caused John Harding to get offsides. This is a goaltending rematch of last year's thrilling overtime finish over at Lefty Smith between Nick Wilford and Dolan Gilbert. And already Dolan Gilbert 3 clutch saves to keep this a 1-0 game.
And with the puck along the far side, the St. Joe Indians and the Lakeshore Warriors dig it out and it's sent it behind the Warriors net. Here's Bell along the near side. This comes back out here to the point where Herendeen is there. He lost the handle on the puck. Here's Bryant streaking up the left wing. Passes to the far side. The errant pass just got away from Patrick Sohn. Sohn, who had the initial marker last night in their hockey game. And back to the far side. Tracked down. Patrick Sohn. Sohn shovels into the far corner. And the puck ricochets out here along the near board where Wood is there. Wood's goal early on here in the first period. The difference in the game here at the 9:57 mark with St. Joe a 1-0 leader. Here's the puck taken here at the blue line by Jacob Schendeldecker, and it's finally stolen away. Here's a shot, and it sails wide on the offering by John Harding. Here's Bell sending one in, stirred away by Dolan Gilbert into the near corner, and this one back out in front. Johnny on the spot at time was Jazz Troster. Here's the puck coming out here along the near board. Hustling is Brian Eckridge. Brian Eckridge with a shot, stirred away by Nick Wilford to the far side, and the puck ricochets out here to the neutral zone. Now St. Joe comes back on the attack. Eckridge with a little tap pass to Mazurek. Mazurek comes in, a shot and a save by Wilford, and he steered it to the far side. Now here on the near side, it's Schendeldecker sending one out here to the neutral zone, and the puck goes bouncing into the St. Joe zone where Troster is matched up there along with Stephen Carson. Here's one sent right through the slot and over here to the near corner. Coming up the near board, kept alive nicely by Schiff for Lakeshore St. Joe. He taps it away, but regaining control now is Troster. He sends one in, and it's save made on the shot by Wilford. Up on the far side, St. Joe got caught on a line change. That puck ricochets over here on the near side, and it goes in behind the net, and Dolan Gilbert is there to redirect the puck along the near side. He taps it out here to center ice. A stick handling move here by Connor Yates. And back the other way, Weber. Stick handles past one. Stick handles past two. Looks, sends one through the slot where it's taken away. And now here's a steal. Here's a backhanded attempt and a shot. A goal! William Sabaski, the junior forward with the backhander, slips it past Dolan Gilbert to the 5-hole. And just like that, we're tied 1-1 here at the 18:15 mark of period one.
Jaskowitz trying to be too cute to get the puck out of the zone. He got his pocket picked. And the puck ends up in the back of the net. And that ends the shutout streak for Dolan Gilbert at over 72 minutes of play.
Now the puck out here, taken away. And after that face-off, the Columbia Blue will come back the other way. In a 1-1 hockey game this time around. And we have a collision along the far side. And a penalty is going to be whistled along the far side.
And it looks like we might have more as Sabalski and Christensen had a little verbal jousting after the play was over, as Walter Lehman and Donnie Gendel, our two referees, are getting together to talk about it.
Walter Lehman, who at one time was the head baseball coach at Concord High School, Also was a standout baseball player at Bethel College. He's behind the plate. Product of Mishawaka Marion High School. He's talking things over. He's the man with the hand up here at center ice. And now we'll have a face-off to the right of Nick Wilford. Won by St. Joe. Comes back to the point now, Christensen. Christensen, who had a 4-point night last night. And a whistle away from the puck back here as the net is dislodged.
And Sobalski's penalty, it's a 2 and a 10. 2 minutes for roughing and a 10-minute misconduct.
Some early technical difficulties with our stream from our broadcast location. Apologize for that, but should be up and going. Now here's Christensen in the high slot. Looks, swings it over here to the near side to Harding. Harding comes in, a shot to go! John Harding with a beautiful wrist shot just inside the circle. And the Indians have grabbed the lead back 2-1.
Well, Harding saw enough of a window short side and was able to bury it past Wilford, and that's a bad angle goal that I think Wilford would want to have back. But a great shot, low to the glove side by Harding. As Christensen continues his torrid pace, 6 points in the last 2 games as he'll get an assist on that power play goal by Harding.
JP, he's been the best hockey player that we have seen here in the last 2 days, in my opinion. He's just outworked people. And there he is along the far side. Puck in behind the net. St. Joe at a shot. And that one zips wide on off the blade of Sohm. And now Lakeshore St. Joe trying to keep the puck at bay behind their net. There's a stretch pass out here. It's tracked down by Kuba Jaskowitz. Now here's Harding. Harding lost the handle on the puck. Little tap pass onto the redirect by Christensen, sends it in behind the net. Tracked down there by Jackson Blau. Up around here where it's picked up by Bryant. On the near side, up the left wing goes Kilboy. He sends it in behind the St. Joe net. Back on the far side, Matthew File redirects the puck out to the neutral zone area. And now the St. Joe Indians with a 2-1 lead will try to bring the puck out of their own zone. Pass out here to center ice, it's stolen. Here's Saul with a quick move inside. And here's the puck, goes bouncing into the slot where it's picked up by Kuba Jaskowitz. Now into the far corner, hustling after it is Brian Eckridge. Here's one sending it right through the crease, just past the outstretched arms of Adam Mazurik. There's Mazurik with the stick handling move. Comes into the Lakeshore zone. Lost the handle on it. Nice defensive play there by Kime to take it away. Kime, little tap pass along the far boards. And through the half boards it goes and into the far corner where it's tracked down by Jaskowitz. Over along the near side. Hustling after the puck is Kime for Lakeshore. Sends it out in front. Now the lead pass is Eckrich will try to hustle after it, but Jackson Blow is there to meet him. And back into the far corner. Blau comes in behind his own net. Still on the look. Cross ice pass now here to Kime. Kime, bounce pass along to the far side into the far corner. And this one, he's ridden off the puck back there. He tries to punch one in on the left side of the crease from our vantage point. Here's a bouncing puck swallowed up by senior Dolan Gilbert. We have a stoppage of play at the 5:13 mark with St. Joe leading 2-1.
A heads-up play by Gilbert, noticing that his team is in trouble and in need of a line change, covers that puck quickly, and Chris Cleve is going to get that top line of Harding, Wood, and Christensen back on the ice to go against the Carson line that John Kohler has thrown out. So top line of St. Joe going up against the second line of the LSJ Warriors.
Well, once again, in case you're just joining us, we're broadcasting live from the Ice Box, 1421 South Walnut Street in South Bend, Indiana. JP Jobert, yours truly, Paul Connery, is losing an edge with Kuba Jaskowitz. And keeping it in is Blau. Misplayed it in behind the net was Gilbert, but Lakeshore on a line change. Now from left to right now. Here's Jaskowitz up the right wing. Gaskets with a shot and a save made by Nick Wilford. Take a look at Nick Wilford coming into this weekend's action. Played in 33 games, 19, 13, and 1 on the season. Started yesterday's action with a save percentage of .899. And his counterpart, Dolan Gilbert, with 9 shutouts. He picked up one last night with a save percentage of .922, JP. So both guys doing a heck of a job.
Yeah, both guys really in contention for that all-conference spot that will be named tomorrow afternoon at Notre Dame. Wilford has been one of the top goalies the last 4 years, as has Dolan, both 4-year seniors. So these two teams will have to recharge their goaltending position once this season is over.
We have a scrubble on the near sideline. And a stop it to play. And the puck is sent back into the Lakeshore zone, where it's redirected here into the near corner. Weber keeps it alive. Sends it back here to Schindeldecker. Schindeldecker tried to lumber through the center ice area. Puck knocked away by St. Joe and pushed forward by Calvin Kerwin. Now back come the Warriors. Kerwin redirects it back. Schindeldecker fans on a shot. Here's Kimes stick handling through the ice. Over the blue line, shot stirred away by Gilbert. And now along the near side, pass out is going to elude everybody. And they're not going to be an icing. Here's Wood with the play on the far side. And that puck goes into the Lakeshore St. Joe bench. And with 3:36 to go here in the first period, St. Joe a 2-1 leader.
Nice to see that Pete Stockram has made his way into the lineup for tonight's game. Stockram was a scratch last night. Had a problem with his right hand and looks to be ready to go here tonight against the Warriors.
Here's a shot right off the faceoff by John Harding. It goes through a body of players over here on the near side. Harding tries to find the pass to Christensen, but it eludes him, and hustling after it now is Chaz Troster. Troster now coming back out high here now, and moving from left to right now is Christensen. Christensen sends one in. Wilford stirs it aside. Up on the near board as Jaskowitz tries to send it back in, does so. And now Wood with a nice little forecheck. Comes away with the steal, but Kilboy was able to retrieve it back. And now the scrummel on the near side where it's taken by the Tribe. Back out here's a shot, blocked away on the offering by Kuba Jaskowitz. And now a big hit on the near side. Robinson just tattooed Harding. And immediately, Colasar being sent to the bench. Kilboy being sent to the bench. And matter of fact, looks like we're going to have a couple guys going to the sin bin at this time, JP.
Yeah, more verbal words of war coming from both Colasar and Christensen. And it looks like both of them will be sitting for a couple of minutes as Walter Lehman talks it over with Nick Christensen.
So it will be Christensen to the bin, it appears. He's getting a talking to on the far side from Nick Klebe, St. Joe assistant coach. JP, evidently, at least not at this time, they haven't put anything up on the board, and everybody seems to be playing 5 aside. And at that point in time, we'll assume there wasn't a penalty other than just a stern scolding. Here, Sohn with a drive inside. Gilbert is there to hug the far post, and he makes the save. 2:25 to go here in period 1. 2-1 in favor of the St. Joe Indians.
Oh, it'll be coincidental minors, and they'll come out at the first whistle after 47 seconds. So little time for Colasar and Christensen to basically stew at the penalty boxes. Referee Donnie Gendel talking with John Kohler, the Lakeshore bench.
So we'll have a face-off to the left of the goaltender, Dolan Gilbert. sent along the near board where it's played there by Sohn. Sends it back on the ricochet, goes into the corner. Lakeshore St. Joe trying to win the board battle as Connor Bryant kept it back alive. And now here's Jaskowitz in the corner. Plays off a stern check there. And now big collision going in, and St. Joe comes out of the fray, but not before Sohn is there to put the puck into the high slot where the blue jerseys will push the puck in. And behind the net now. Lakeshore St. Joe coming back to the near side. Bell on the move. Chase up the left side. Sends one wide past Gilbert. It was not a shot on goal, and that puck bounces into the St. Joe bench area. Nearly hit Chris Cleveland and the noggin over there.
And Chris Cleveland would have just stood his ground and taken one for the team. The faceoff should be just inside the blue line as a St. Joe player knocked it out, but it's going to come out to the neutral zone.
And a face-off won by the Warriors. Coming out of that fray was Briggs Mosher, and a whistle and a penalty is going to be called on. Let's wait and see who's going to get the call.
It's going to be Carson for hooking, so St. Joe going to go back on the power play. They've already got one power play goal tonight.
JP, correct me if I'm wrong. Last night in our first game, we had one penalty the whole night and maybe two in the second game, 3 on the night, and here we are already. Walter Lehman's been a busy guy.
And we've already got 5 penalties coming into this call, and Carson's penalty is going to make number 6. Not the kind of game you want to work if you're a scorekeeper. You don't want to do a whole lot of writing of penalties, but the referee's having a powwow right in front of scorekeeper Andrea Sarazinski, who's been tabbed to do the semifinal game. And they're going to throw Carson out of the game.
Wow, that's a huge development when it's all said and done. What for? He's trying to plead his case over here. Stephen Carson, a senior forward, is being sent to the showers.
It's a 5-minute major for spearing and a game misconduct. So Carson, if Lakeshore ends up winning tonight, will be done for the final. But if not, he misses the game against Culver. That's a huge, huge blow to LSJ.
And now the face-off won by the Tribe. Yeah, that's the bottom line, is the ramifications of playing in the state tournament next weekend, correct?
That's correct.
And the puck in behind the net, Lakeshore net. Nice job by Harding. Harding lost his stick, and he'll try to bend down and pick it up. He's able to grab it back up, and now the scrum on the near side. A pair of Warriors are there. Harding thinks he's going to be able to dig the puck out, but staying strong in there is Kime, and Kime finally won the war. Nice job by Kime. And he sends it back the other way. And St. Joe will finish out this 50 seconds here on a power play, and then they'll come back into the first period, or the second period, excuse me, with 3 minutes of power play action and some change. Here's the puck into the hands of Harding. And behind his own net, he'll saucer one out here to the near side where Brian Ekich can't track it down, and that'll be an icing call. And with 31.7 seconds to go here in the first period, 2-1 St. Joe. It'll be a face-off in the St. Joe end.
This is a golden opportunity for St. Joe because on a major power play, you can score as many goals as you want. That guy still has to stay in the box, so they could score 6 goals on this power play and still have it for the entire 5 minutes.
Here's the puck sent over to the far side. Matthew File is there on the far board. Tries to redirect the pass, but hustling out there is Connor Bryant to knock it away. And with 19 seconds remaining here in the period, he sends it back the other way. Dylan Gilbert allows his team to set up shop with 10.5 seconds to go here in the first period. Nice job defensively. Knocking the puck away was Patrick Sohm. And that is going to do it. 1 period is in the books here from our broadcast location at the Icebox. We'll be back with more of high school hockey being presented in part by our friends at Horizon Bank. And we'll be back with more right after this.
This is a Horizon Bank commercial for loans. It's a time most advertisers carve out to tell you all about themselves, why you should like them. In short, a chance for them to talk to you. So why aren't we telling you about our loan services? We're waiting for you to tell us about yourself, because what you have to say is more important than what we have to say. Visit horizonbank.com to get a conversation started.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other.